What's good, people? What's going on, everybody? And what's happening with everybody? Well, it's your boy Harlem, and I'm back again with another video. On today's video, you guys know how it is, how we roll, and how we always do it. It's our weekly outlook for the week. And I did ask you guys to please comment or please share how it is when I might be a signal provider, and just tell me how you feel or how it is for you guys. Can it be easy for you to understand, or can it be simple for you guys to execute trades that I might be basing you guys to take those trades? Not to say I'm trying to be a signal provider, but I'm just trying to make it simple for some people out there. So if someone can tell me how easy or how simple it is for me that I broke down the trade and I gave someone a trade, then it might be simple for everyone. Without further ado, disclaimer, this ain't financial advice. You follow me? Everything that I say or everything that I do from my own will or from my own perspective. And it's how I base my trades or take my trades. So don't feel like because Alan is doing this and you gotta do this. You follow me? And once again, just be careful. Or okay, never mind the sounds that you guys might hear. My family is back again in the crib, and I'm back again in my bedroom where everything started. Without further ado, I hope you all have a profitable week. We have a productive one, a confident one, a happy one, and a godly and a blessed trading week. Without further ado, let's just roll over and let's just hit the charts. So on the daily time frame, looking at the NAS, you guys always know where I start. Looking at the NAS from the daily time frame, the only thing that I was looking for the week was price to simply close above to end the week, or to just close below to end the week. So we had a close below with price, with now price breaking out and breaking in and closing strongly bearish. Before with the strong bearish engulfing candle, which retraced the whole of the weekly movement. You follow me? So we did have a reaction from our double top. We did have a reaction from our double top or our resistance, whatever you might call it. Price closing strongly bearish. So with that said, from the daily time frame, the only thing I'm looking for is for bearish continuation moves to the downside. You follow me? I'm looking for bearish continuation moves to the downside. You follow me? So heading down to the 4H. So on the 4H, we can tell that like the way price was moving, we had a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and we have this boom, lower low, lower high, lower low. You follow me? We broke. We kind of like broke this lower low, this higher low. You follow me? We retraced the lower high. We broke the higher low. We broke the higher low, closing above it, strongly above that level from the 4H. So from the 4H perspective, if you can get a lower low and lower low being a breakout, retest might be a lower high, continuation of price moving to the downside. So on Monday, the only thing I'm waiting for is for price to, okay, what can I say so I can make it simple? Test below. So if we can get a retest below this level and continue moving bearish, that's our take on the 4H. So from the 4H, I'm simply waiting for price to retest this level, or to have a lower high, or to have an exhaustion phase before we can have a continuation push phase to the downside. You follow me? That's my take on from the 4H. So from the 1H, so from the 1H, I can tell that like price did strongly push to the downside. For me, we had a strong push phase. If you can get an exhaustion phase for continuation push phase to the downside, that might be it. You follow me? But because you now have a retest right there, and if you can get a retest again, giving us a double top again, a strong continuation to the downside, then that's our take for the week on the NAS. So from the daily time frame, I'm looking for big continuation moves to the downside. 4H, I'm hoping and waiting for a retest, pullback, exhaustion phase, or for a lower high to continue moving to the downside. On the 1H, I'm hoping to get a double top from the retest that we're looking for from the 4H, or if we can get that exhaustion phase to continue to move to the downside, that might be it. You follow me? So on the NAS, I'm bearish for the week. So looking at gold, we did look gold. We was hoping gold. We was hoping for continuation moves to the upside on gold. We was hoping for continuation moves to the downside, to the upside on gold. But unfortunately, if we can look very well from this point from this level, wherever that you might place it, I don't care. If you can look at this point, we had a strong support before we had a breakout. Now we having price, we tapping in again, and reacting to the downside. So we now have a support. Okay, we have on previous market structure, on previous price, we had a resist. Okay, on previous price, we had a support. Current price, we have a resistance. You feel me? So with that said, we have the whole week of price being bearish: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You feel me? So this is a push phase. If we can get an exhaustion phase from the daily time frame to continue moving to the downside, that might be it. You feel me? But either way, to me on gold, I can tell that like gold is moving like this, the way it's moving because of everything that might be happening in China fundamentally. There's COVID-19 breakdowns, this China tech, whatnot, and this commodity price soars. It might be pain. It might be a pain on gold. Your form is on gold on the daily time frame. We have a strong push phase to the downside. If we can get an exhaustion phase to continue moving to the downside, that might be it. So from the 4H perspective, we even have printed out a bear trend. You follow me? A bear trend. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Now price closed as a lower low. You follow me? So with that said, we had a strong support. We had this strong support. We had this strong intraday support level, which price closed below off of it. You follow me? So with the price closing below, if you can get a pullback or a retest or a lower high to continue to the downside, that might be it on gold. You follow me? So looking at the 1H, we can tell that like on this bear trend, we did have what, 1, 2, 3, and price strongly pushed to the downside. So with that said, if we can simply get a pullback or an exhaustion phase or a retest of our support level, which we broke for a new resistance, that might be it. You follow me? We sell. Just below to sell. That's also my take on gold. Same as the NAS, because the structure, the way it's been moving, is it's been clearly moving to the downside. No lie, no cap, or the way you see it, it's the way you see it. You might take a trade, you might take those bullish trades, but to me, you might be trading an exhaustion phase or a retest. Why not wait for a bigger movement, which might be when price retests and shows signs or confirmations that we are continuing to the downside, and take those trades to follow me. So on gold, same shit. One day on the daily time frame, we saw price having a strong push phase. We're hoping for an exhaustion phase before it can continue pushing. On the 4H, we saw price closing below our support level. If you can get a retest or pullback of lower high and exhaustion phase to continue to the downside, that's it. Then on the hourly time frame, we're just looking for pertinent or continuation signs that might be moving price to the downside. You follow me? German 30. German 30, we was also hoping for what? Where's Monday? On German 30, we was also hoping for a continuation trade to the upside, or for price to retest the level it broke and continue moving to the upside. But unfortunately, we got price moving to the downside. We got price impulsing to the downside, closing at previous intraday support level. If closing at intraday support level. So with that said, we simply wait for a break of that level or fail to break to take those trades. So from the 4H, you can tell that this is just a simple intraday support level. This is just an intraday support level which you're looking at, your phone. So with that said, if it's a simple intraday support level which you're looking at, if we can get now, if we can get this bullish, if we have this bearish behavior, lower low, lower high, lower low, if we can get a pullback or a retest or whatever exhaustion phase for continuation to the downside, that will be it. But at the same time, bro, at the same time, you gotta trade reversals, you gotta trade continuations, and you gotta trade whatever that it is. Form. We're having a potential head and shoulders. Let me print it out again for the last time, because I saw it. I need people to also saw it. You feel me? We do have the head and shoulders. You guys can see it. Let me wait another 10 seconds so you guys can see it. So we having this push, higher high, exhaustion, higher low, push, higher high, exhaustion, push, and another new push to the downside. So you can't see it, guys. There's no need for me to print it out the way I did, you feel me? But I'm just trying to make it simple for people to understand, you feel me? So we did have this left shoulder, head, right shoulder breakout. If you can get a pullback or retest to continue moving to the downside, that will be it. You feel me? That will be it. So from the hourly time frame before you head down to US 30, price did have this strong move to the downside, the strong push and exhaustion phase, potential bear flag, breakout, retest, breakout, retest. So now on the hourly time frame, because price is trading below the correction, this London session correction, which we had on Friday, and price did break out and retest and continue to the downside. If we can get a pullback from the hourly time frame or from the 4H, or if price can indicate an exhaustion phase before it can continue moving to the downside, that will be it. German 30 on the 1H on the daily time frame. We're having a double top, we're having a double bottom. We simply wait for a breakout or fail to break to take those trades. The fuck? So from the 4H, we are simply waiting for what? For price to retest our neckline, if that's possible, and continue moving to the downside. On the 1H, we're also waiting for those patterns and those signs of those big continuation moves to the downside. You feel me? US 30, one of my favorite pairs. So US 30, we did also indicate that we're simply waiting for price to break this double top, same as the NAS, break out or fail to break and move to the downside. But we had a fail to break and price moved to the downside impulsively, not just moving to the downside, but impulsively moving to the downside. You're foaming. So with that said, bro, all we're simply waiting for is for those continuation trades to the downside because price failed to break the resistance or the double top, which pushed price to the downside sometime, came back to the very same level and reacted. So we simply wait for continuations or those signs that price is clearly moving in a bear trend like it did the previous times from the current history on the left side. So on the 4H, price was in a correction, bro. Price was in the intraday range from here. Forgetting this level, forgetting this one. Price was in a range. Price was in a range, and unfortunately, we had this bear breakout. We had this bearish breakout, and at the same time, we also had that potential HNS. You feel me? You also have a potential head and shoulders. You feel me? So now looking at current price, you can't tell that like price did broke out and price indicated that continuation move to the downside and closing bearish to end the week, but with reactions to what? To this level. You feel me? This rejection reacted to this level. So simply wait for what? For confirmation to continue moving to the downside. I can see nothing on the 4H to be honest. Let's just head to the 1H. You feel me? So on the 1H, we did have a breakout. We did have a breakout. Price was in this range. Price was in this range. And unfortunately, we had a breakout. We had this spike. And now we have price continuing moving to the downside. So what you're simply waiting for is for price to either trade to move to the downside, retest this level and continue bearish, or have this pullback again on the same level, which it has to retest before it can continue moving to the downside. So that's my take on US 30 for the week. The daily time frame failed to broke the resistance and broke back in and closed strongly bearish. On the 4H, I can see clearly. So on the 1H, either waiting for price to trade below or for price to retest some levels before we can continue moving to the downside. USD CAD. So USD CAD, never mind my network. I know my network bad in my bedroom. I know it. So USD CAD, we're still in a range. You don't trade a range unless you trade zones, support, and resistance. You follow me? So we're still in a range on our daily time frame, but we had this key level, which we was looking for price to either trade below of it or above it. And unfortunately, on Friday, we traded above that level. So what I'm simply waiting for, never mind the dirt of my charts, what I'm simply waiting for is for a pullback, continuation to the upside. You follow me? So from the 4H, so from the 4H, we even formed the what? A bullish trend. 1, 2, now, because current price, it doesn't indicate what would be going on. If only we're having multiple rate rejections, price is failing to break or to close fully above this higher low, this lower high. Before me. So with that said, now looking at price, what I'm simply waiting for What I'm simply waiting for is for price to either continue trading above or just start trading below off of that level before and take those trades based on price action or current market price. So guys, never mind how I analyze my commodities and my indices and my currencies. I analyze them the same. I know it, but it's more different because we're having some strength on one currency and some weakness on the other. The other day we're having strength on the other, weakness on the other, and sometimes we have strength on both currency pairs. You follow me? So that's just what it is. But we're gonna keep trading. We're gonna keep trading. You follow me? So now this is not beautiful. How price is moving, it's not clearly beautiful. So what I'm simply waiting for is for this daily pullback for continuation or for the 4H to close above and retest and continue to the upside. That's my take on USD CAD. I'm not looking for much and I'm not looking for less. I'm just looking for what I love and just continue with what I always do. You follow me? So USD CAD from the daily, we're looking for a pullback to continue bullish or for price to just simply push to the upside. 4H waiting for what? For a close above or close below to take those trades. On the 1H, we're just simply waiting for the hard time frames to confirm what will happen in smaller time frames. You follow me? So heading down to Tesla. Tesla might finna use the daily. I might finna use the hourly time frame. Tesla, we can tell that on Friday, price did have a strong bearish engulfing below our key level. Now price pulled back to the very same level. What we're simply waiting for is for a continuation to what? To the downside. Boom. Nothing much, nothing less. You feel me? Bitcoin. Wow. Damn, bro. The fuck is up with my kid? Fuck is up with my kid, bro? He in the mood because daddy in the mood. So okay, Bitcoin, we had some level which was looking at which price was tipping in and reacting, which was now a resistance level on smaller time frames. Boom. So now looking at current price, we can't tell. No man, please stop. Please stop. Please. Ah man. Okay. We had the strong bearish engulfing candle, and we had this same level which we're looking at on the left side. You feel me? So with that said, the only thing I'm waiting for is for price to close below close below those lows and continue bearish, you feel me? Because we had a strong bear move to the downside, and we had this pullback, we had this exhaustion phase. We might have a potential continuation phase, continuation push to the downside. For H, price is just in a correction. You feel me? Price is just in a correctional range, whatever that you call it. You feel me? With this, you feel me? Like I said, the only thing we're waiting for is for close below to look for those continuation trades to the downside, because there's nothing else to look at. Price did push to the downside and it's trying to push to the upside, but it's failing. You follow me? So if you can get it close below those lows and continue bearish, that will be my take for the week. So from the 1H. So from the 1H, bruh, I could have hit take profit here. I could have hit take profit on this trade yesterday on my analysis. Harlem U grade. I could have done it, but it is what it is. You feel me? So now we having price. Okay, price did create this low, create this high, coming back again on this high, moving to the downside with the double bottom, pushing to the upside again, but not breaking the support, but not breaking the resistance which we have. You feel me? So what I'm simply looking for is for a close below this strong level from the past history. Not only looking at current price, but looking at the past history to take those trades. You feel me? You feel me? That's my take, and that's it. I'm not looking for much, and I'm not looking for less. You feel me? What I'm waiting for, you feel me? That's just what I'm waiting for or looking for on Bitcoin. So Ethereum, we did have a big close, and we had a close above, a close below this. We did have a big close, but not below those rejections, but it did have a close below. You feel me? With that said, the only thing I'm waiting for is for continuation trades to the downside, or for price to pull back, or for price to pull back on some days before we can continue moving to the downside. You feel me? So on the 4H, now you can tell the like price is moving in a clear trend, bro. Clear trend, lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs. You feel me? Because now on my yesterday's analysis, I did have a close below to take those trades. I might simply gonna do the same shit. You feel me? If you can get a close above, if you can get a close below, I'll be back in one. That that was not my issue, but I don't know what I was doing. So, like I say, we still look for what the same shit which we had here, close above, close below, close above to take those trades, but I had a close below to take those trades. So now Ethereum can simply wait for a close below to take those continuation trades to the downside. So on the 4H, so from the daily time frame, bro, because I was looking for a close above, a close below here, now the like price is either in a pullback or whatever that you might say it is, or retest of this level right there. You might say it's a retest or pullback of that level in an exhaustion phase before we can continue moving to the downside. So like I say, once you get a close below this low, this lower low, lower high, new lower low, retest lower high to continue moving to the downside. That will be my take on Ethereum for the week. For me, Bitcoin, because the nigga lied to a lit. Because the nigga lied to a lit. Because the nigga lied to a lit. Yes, I was in this daily range, this daily correction or daily range. We had this breakout, wait for a retest to continue moving to the downside. You feel me? That's just how it is, or that's just how I see it. You feel me? Because if if we can get price trading in a range, going up and going down, and having a bullish breakout, I might simply wait for a retest to continue to the upside. You feel me? But if now we're in a range and price breaks out and breaks in and retests below, then we're in a strong sell. Boom. Same shit on the upside. If you can get a retest, if you can get a breakout, retest, continue to the downside. But if you can get this breakout, pull back, retest below, you can simply move strongly to the upside. That's just how it is. Boom. So looking at the 4H, looking at the 4H, looking at the 4H, I might print this out and this out. Before me, we're in this type of wedge, we're in this type of wedge channel, but we're still trading below. We're still trading below our intraday support level, which is now turning to resistance. You follow me? So I might simply finna wait for close below. Like I always say, don't just fall or don't just run in the markets. Just wait for confirmations. I need my keyboard. Why am I not on my desk? Simply wait for close below to continue moving to the downside. You follow me? So that's also my take. You follow me? So from the 1H, because we see a potential rising wedge, we see a potential falling wedge. To confirm this trade, to confirm the bullish trade, I might simply wait for a break, retest, continue to the upside. If price now don't break back in and retest below or retest above to continue bullish, then that means price was given us a certain before we can actually retest that level and continue moving to the downside. You feel me? That's also my take on Bitcoin because my life so late. Last but not least, we have an oil. Oil I was looking for bullish. Oil I was looking for bullish continuations to the upside, but we in a correction. Price is in a range, correction or range, whatever that you call it, sideways movement, whatever that you say. What I'm simply waiting for is for a break below or break above to continue bullish or bearish with our trades. But overall, oil is still bearish. You feel me? Looking at the 4H, looking at the 4H, we can't tell the light price did create the support level. Okay, this is a strong support level. This is our strong support level. This is our strong support level. This is our strong support level, which we had. This is our strong support level, which we had price trading there for some time, breaking out, creating the resistance. Now we're having our support and we're having our resistance. So what we're simply waiting for is for price to simply break out of resistance, support, and continue bearish, or for price to break above and continue bullish from resistance and continue being our support and forming from the 4H. Because now, if you can tell, we're in a bear flag, we're having a potential bear flag. So to confront this trade, we need to get a break of this lows and we need to get a break of this support level before we can confirm our trades. But either way, the way I base my trades or take my trades, if you have a pin bar price rejection and fail to break the higher high, this higher high, if we look at this higher high, we had this higher low, potential new higher high, price failed to close above, closing inside with a pin bar and a bear candle close. I might simply wait for a continuation to the downside like this and take my trades up and until there, up and until here. And it entirely depends on how comfortable you are as a trader. You form so from the 1H. So from the 1H, because now price did close above this level. When price closed above this level, me and my homie, we took trades from here, from the TV, from trading view, and we had a stop loss below this rejection, this price candle before me. But unfortunately, price took us out. What we're simply waiting for is for either for price to come back to our support level, continue bullish, or for break of the support, resistance, support level, which is resistance, retest above and continue bullish. That's just my take on oil. You follow me? That's just my take on oil. You follow me? On the daily time frame in a range On the 4H time frame, we're having a potential buy flag. On the 1H, we're having those fails to break on intraday time frames. So that's just how it is. That's just how we roll, and that's just how Harlem is. Live trading with Harlem has always been a blessing in life. Before we end the session, can I please look at my potential fundamentals? Can I please look at upcoming fundamentals before we end the session? And I need to press this. Yes, I found it. I found it. I found it. I found it. Did I found it? Yeah, I found it. It's a bit slow. My stomach turning, a nigga too hungry. My stomach turning, a nigga too hungry. Australia's Qantas. Australia Qantas apologizes to customers for operational problems. I can't understood that. Can't understood that. And that's where I look for my fundamentals for the week, people. That's where I look for my fundamentals. Investing.com. You can also check out Forex Factory. It entirely depends on what's comfortable or what sits well with you as a trader. You follow me? Fuck, man. Okay, yes. On Monday we don't have fundamentals. On Monday we clean. The whole of Monday we clean, bro. We clean. Tuesday, come on. Stop making my kid cry, people. Tuesday we having manufacturing PMI for German 30 for the German currency. We're having composites for the pound and manufacturing words, and we're having new home sales on the dollar before we can end Tuesday. So on Wednesday, we're having CPI for Southern Africa, which is my country. What a blessing it is. We're having durable goods on pre-New York. And we're also having what? Pending home sales. And we're having crude oil. And that's it. Thursday, we're having the German GDP. We're having business climate index for the German. We're having the ECB publishes account of monetary policy. Matey, it's my first time coming across it. GDP for the dollar, initial claims, and it's all on pre-New York. It's all on pre-New York. So on Thursday, we're having core PCI, PCE, and after that, we clean. So the week. So yeah, this week will be great. We're having less fundamentals. We're not having more fundamentals. We're having less fundamentals. You follow me? Less fundamentals, which might be like 6 fundamentals for the week. And that's it. So before I end my session, you all know what it is. If you ain't now trading with Harlem, who the fuck is you doing it with? And before I end my session, that's all I got, people. That's all I got for the week. That's all I got for my outlook. Like I always say, disclaimer, this ain't financial advice. Everything I say or do, it's based on my own opinions, on my own perspectives. You feel me? So if you take a trade based on what I shared, bro, please try and hit me up, or please try and let me know so we can also put in more work. Without further ado, it's your boy once again, Young Harlem. If you ain't live trading with Harlem, who the fuck you should do it with it. That's all I got. Peace and love. I'm out. That's all I got.